It was Christmas Eve in Manhattan. Beneath the glamour of twinkling lights and high-rise windows adorned with wreaths, the city pulsed with the same rhythm of indifference. People bustled by with coffee cups and shopping bags. Taxis honked. Snow drifted lazily under lampposts. But not everyone had a place to go. On the corner of 48th and Lexington, just beside an old bus stop with a cracked bench and a crooked shelter, a little girl slept with her knees pulled to her chest, her face half covered in an oversized hoodie. A cardboard sign leaned beside her, the words barely legible. Asterisk, please don't wake me unless it's for something kind. Asterisk, her name was Lena, and she was only 7. Asterisk, she hadn't spoken to another human in 3 days. Asterisk, across the street, in the backseat of a chauffeured black SUV, sat Graham Ellis, founder and CEO of Ellistech, one of the wealthiest self-made men in America. He was headed home from a 14-hour board meeting, his tie loosened, his phone buzzing with meaningless notifications. Asterisk, but something about the fragile shape on the bench stopped him. Asterisk, pull over. He told his driver. Asterisk, what's wrong, sir? Asterisk, just stop. Asterisk, Graham stepped out, walked into the cold, and crossed the street. Asterisk, he approached slowly, unsure what to say. She stirred. Her face was thin, cheeks raw from the cold, eyes too tired to be afraid. Asterisk, hi, he said softly. My name is Graham. Are you okay? She didn't speak, only stared, trying to decide if he was safe. I'm not here to hurt you. I just, saw you here, and couldn't leave without asking if you needed help. Still nothing. Finally, she whispered, I'm not supposed to go with strangers. Asterisk, he smiled faintly. That's smart, but what if the stranger offers warm food, a blanket, and a hot drink? Asterisk, she looked down. Then maybe. Asterisk, Graham remembered a shelter his foundation had donated to just 2 years ago. He had sent money, but never visited it. Asterisk, tonight. He did. Asterisk, he carried Lena to the car himself, wrapped her in his own coat, and told the driver to take them to Hope Haven Shelter. When they arrived, he demanded she be checked by the in-house medical team. Fever, mild hypothermia, malnourishment, and silent trauma. Too deep for any test to measure. Lena slept for 14 hours straight. Graham stayed outside her room the whole time. Asterisk, when she finally opened her eyes. It was late Christmas Day. Asterisk, he walked in slowly. Hey, he said gently. Feeling better? She nodded faintly. I'll be back tomorrow. Okay. Asterisk, she stared. Why? He paused. Because no one should be alone. Not on Christmas, not ever. Asterisk, over the next several days, Lena opened up. Asterisk, her mother had died unexpectedly. Her aunt took her in for a while but left her at a gas station one night after an argument with her boyfriend. Lena had wandered for a week. No one filed a missing persons report. No school had checked in. The system had missed her. Asterisk, I didn't want to go to foster care, she said. They forget you. That hit Graham harder than he expected because, once, he'd been forgotten, too. Asterisk, Graham wasn't always a millionaire. He'd been a boy with nothing but an overworked mother and a weekly eviction notice. He'd eaten from soup kitchens, slept in borrowed basements. The world had seen him as a burden until he made himself impossible to ignore. Asterisk, but in all those years of success, he had lost touch with that part of himself. Until now, he canceled meetings, ignored investors, and returned every day to see Lena. They played cards, drew pictures, talked about snow. Asterisk, one morning, she asked, if I had a dad, do you think he'd make me pancakes like the ones here? He didn't answer. He only stared at her and smiled softly. Asterisk, a week later, Graham filed for temporary guardianship. 2 weeks later, full custody. The tabloids exploded. Asterisk, billionaire adopts homeless child found on bench. Graham Ellis steps down to become a dad. He didn't care. This was bigger than reputation, bigger than legacy. Asterisk, he was a father now. Not by blood, but by choice. Asterisk, he converted an entire wing of his mansion into a child's dreamland. Soft pastels, a wall of books, stuffed animals, and a sign on the door that read, Asterisk, Lena's world, no sad days allowed. She started school. He took her every morning, holding her hand like a man who finally knew what mattered. Asterisk, on her 8th birthday, she handed him a handmade card that said, Asterisk, you didn't just save me, you found me. Asterisk, on the anniversary of the night they met, Graham took Lena back to that same bench. This time, they sat together, with a thermos of hot cocoa and a blanket they donated to the next passerby who needed warmth. That's Asterisk. Lena looked up and said, what made you stop that night? Asterisk, he smiled. Because I saw myself in you. Asterisk, and what made you come back the next day? Asterisk, you asked why I would, but the truth is, you gave me a reason to. Asterisk, sometimes the ones we rescue us right back. Asterisk, a millionaire found more than a child at a bus stop. He found purpose, family, redemption, all because he stopped, looked, and said,